Hello my darlings, and today I want to touch on everything that nobody talks about enough, and I haven't seen a single video where anybody talks about anything to do with anything that I'm gonna say.
What did he say?
I feel like there's just so many things that aren't spoken about in the fitness world, in the health and wellness industry. It's the trending thing right now to be fit, to be healthy, which we love, but I do feel like there's a lot of unspoken things that need to be said. So if you are a girl and you are new to the health and wellness space and you're trying to improve your life this year, you're trying to feel more confident, you're trying to be your best self, both physically, mentally, spiritually, everything, then this video is for you. This video is going to tell you everything that nobody else wants to tell you. It's going to teach you how you can actually change your life. Not through any crazy diet or unrealistic method, but it should feel fun and it should feel easy. And I'm going to show you how you can do that today. If you are new here, my name is Abby Gibson. I work with women who are trying to improve their confidence and improve their quality of life through fitness, nutrition, self-development, spirituality. Sounds like a bit of you, then like this video, hit subscribe, and you are in the right place. So, I've been a gym girl for 7-8 years, and I have been a health and fitness coach for the last 3 years, and I have learned so much. When I started the gym, I was in a position where I wasn't particularly overweight, I wasn't particularly skinny, I was relatively mediocre, and I made results quite quickly. Quite quickly after starting to see some change, I felt like I hit a wall and I started to plateau, which is when you become a bit stagnant and you've kind of hit a brick and you can't seem to move past it. Now this is really common when you're not actively challenging yourself and making changes, but obviously I was young and clueless and didn't really know what I was doing, so I was very frustrated. When I did my personal training qualification, I learned a lot and I then applied it into my own routine, which was really helpful, and it stopped me being so stagnant and it allowed me to see more change. I then ended up doing a couple more courses. I did a nutrition course which was focusing on athletic performance and weight loss. I did a gut health certificate, a QTA in supplementation, so I can advise with all of that sort of thing. And shortly after, I ended up doing a sports massage therapy course as well. She's an academic weapon. During this time and doing all of these courses, I came to learn very quickly that fitness was just a fragment of results. And yeah, it's good to have a workout routine and to be training consistently and doing all of that kind of stuff, but it made me realize that there are so many other factors that play a role that just are not spoken about enough. That's a big reason why my coaching is focusing on holistic health rather than just personal training or fitness. And I've categorized my coaching into 4 main pillars to help my clients. And this is what I'm going to talk you through today, the 4 pillars, what they mean, how you can incorporate them. The first pillar, of course, is your fitness. It's training hard, it's working out consistently, progressive overload, reps in reserve, training till failure, all of that stuff that I've spoken about quite a lot on my channel and on my social media, and you probably see a lot of this kind of stuff. I think this is the most mainstream and most trendy stuff when it comes to health and fitness. The second pillar in this case is nutrition. Say that your nutrition is about 70 to 80% of your actual results, whereas your fitness is about 10 to 20, which means that you cannot out-train a bad diet. So you can be training every single day, and if you're still not eating a good quality diet, you're going to inhibit the results that you could potentially see. It is a must to focus on the foods that you're eating for multiple reasons. The first being your performance. You are fueling your body to work out, and just like a car needs petrol, if you're not putting the right things in your body is just not going to have any excess energy when it then comes to going to the gym, and you're going to be trying to push yourself really hard, and you're probably going to get injured, or you're going to be really lightheaded and pass out. If you are starving yourself or you're eating the bare minimum, you are literally fueling your body to carry out the most basic functions and preventing you getting ill, digesting your food, sleeping at night, cognition in the day. All of the things that we take for granted require a lot of energy, And that is why if you are under eating to try and be skinny, you are just malfunctioning yourself as a human being. Another reason that you need to pay attention to your food is for your mental well-being. There is a link between your gut and your brain, and it's through the gut-brain axis, which is through something called your vagus nerve. Actually going to impact your brain function, which includes your mood, your energy, alertness and focus. But it's going to affect the way you think about yourself and other people. It'll affect your productivity, your job performance, risk at developing mental disorders like anxiety, depression. Serotonin is the #1 neurotransmitter produced in the gut. So if you have poor gut health, you're reducing the amount of serotonin that's going to be released into your body. And serotonin, if you don't already know, kind of like your happiness hormone. Low serotonin is linked with depression. Linked into the second pillar, as well as nutrition, is also supplementation. I know many people rely on supplements to see results, things like creatine, protein powder, pre-workout. These are not the solid foundation. The solid foundation is your eating habits. The supplements is the boost on top. You cannot supplement a greens powder if you are not eating your 5 a day. You cannot live off protein powder instead of having whole foods like chicken or tofu. And you cannot rely on pre-workout instead of getting good quality sleep. These things don't fix the problem in the slightest. It's like putting a plaster over a broken bone. It does nothing. And not only that, but regardless of the supplements you take, if you are not eating a good diet and you are not getting certain nutrients into the body physically cannot absorb the supplements that you're giving it, so it's going to do absolutely nothing anyway. The type of supplement you take matters because certain supplements have a lower bioavailability, which means the body doesn't absorb it as well. For example, plant protein is harder to absorb than animal protein, which is why if you're vegetarian or vegan, you need a higher amount of it for it to have the same results. Same thing with iron. If you're anemic or you're taking a basic iron tablet, it may be that you need to be taking vitamin A or vitamin C alongside it in order for it to absorb properly. So supplements is like a whole other topic, and I could do another video on supplements purely, but just as the basics, please stop treating it as a quick fix, not a magic pill, no matter how good the marketing is. Moving on, the third pillar, so the first pillar is fitness, the second pillar is nutrition and supplementation, the third pillar is rehabilitation and mobility. After I did a sports massage therapy course and spending a lot of time with experts in the field, I learned so much about the body. Basically, your body is just this big web of interconnected muscles and tissues, and if you have a pain in your wrist or finger, chances are it's actually coming from your neck or your traps. If you have lower back pain, it could easily be coming from poor posture or tight hips, and issues to do with your Achilles and your ankles. I also learned that no matter how hard or often you train, if you are not stretching, foam rolling, doing complementary mobility and joint work, you are undermining your own effort. So you're going to injure yourself, you're going to reduce the range of motion, meaning you can't target the muscle properly, or both. Let's say you have tight hips and you never do any hip flexor work. You go to squat, you're probably going to feel it in your lower back because your hips can't hinge back enough for you to then engage your glutes and your quads. This is either going to cause you to then push up through your lower back or push forward and put loads of pressure on your knees. And this might not seem like a big deal at the start and you might feel like you're perfectly capable, but over time, the more you do it, the more pressure you're putting on those muscles, and the more confident you feel when you start to load the weight, the more risk of injury there is. So all I'm saying is just make sure you have a complementary mobility and joint health routine alongside your training. You do not have to stop training or doing any of those things, but just make sure you're doing that on the side. It's like saying, I'm not going to brush my teeth because they're white now, but if you were to stop brushing your teeth, they're not going to be for much longer. A lot of people wait until they're injured to do something about it, and I know this because enough clients originally have come to me with pre-existing problems. When I turn around and say you weren't doing any prehab, they go, what's prehab? Prehab is the prevention of injury, because it's possible to prevent yourself getting injured rather than just waiting for the inevitable to happen and then having to go through rehab. The final pillar of holistic health and transforming your body and life. This one is spoken about far too little, and I'm honestly ashamed of the industry for this, because this is actually the most important one, and without this, none of the other three really matter. Your mindset. I have done so much research into neuroscience, behavioral psychology, managing people, brain, from my own experience as well, and you know, speaking to and working with a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds. I've picked up so much information over the years and really learned how you need to think and how you need to nurture your brain to see results. And this actually goes for every area of your life, not even just when it comes to building your dream body. Also for your career, for your relationships, financial freedom, or just general success in life. It is all about what's up here. I want to be really, really clear here. Now, you do not need to suffer with a mental health condition to work on your mindset. Just like how I spoke about prehab and rehab, you don't need to wait for there to be a psychological issue for you to be working on your mental health. Same principle goes. If you work on your mindset, the likelihood of you developing any sort of conditions like depression or anxiety, all of these things are reduced rapidly when you look after your mental health. So you should be training your brain exactly the same way you train a muscle. Your mindset includes the relationship you have with yourself, with others, you perceive your life as well. The way you perceive your life is such a big one. And this does really link with training and fitness, because nothing will ever be enough. And this whole idea of I'll feel better when I look better is literally bullshit. Your mindset also links with the gym for another reason, and that's about wiring your brain to like doing hard things and stay disciplined and showing up when you don't feel like it. Learning that persistence takes a certain amount of rewiring your brain chemistry to stop chasing cheap dopamine and focus on delayed gratification. A lot of people will start the gym because they don't like who they are, but not gonna really like who you are any more than superficially if you don't work on your mental health at the same time. You might like how you look in the mirror a little bit more, but only for so long. You'll start comparing yourself to the next person, and you're constantly going to be raising that bar and being meaner and meaner to yourself. You can work out because you love yourself and because you believe that you deserve a better quality of life. You shouldn't be working out from a place of hate and wanting to change, but rather from a place of love and wanting to give yourself more. So these are the 4 pillars of health, and if you incorporate all 4, you can change your entire life. Have a solid training plan and meal structure, effective supplementation, mobility routines, and daily mindfulness. You are unstoppable. You are in your optimal state for self-growth. Really hope you learned at least one thing today. Honestly, I wish that more people spoke about this. It is so important to understand health as a whole, not just the trendy aesthetic parts like wearing a cute outfit and going to the gym, but the not so sexy parts like the doing the shadow work and spending 10-15 minutes stretching. Fortunately, health is a lot more than what social media likes to show. So I really hope you've taken that and you implement it into your life somehow. Just a reminder that this is what I do for a living, and if you would like some more support or you would like some help on a one-to-one, then there is a link in my description to book in a call with me and we can sit and have a chat. I really hope you enjoyed this video and comment your key takeaway. I'd love to see what you guys found the most interesting and the most helpful. I'm so grateful for you. I love you all very much, and I will see you in the next video.